I was thinking at the beginning of Mass when Father Leon was up here that maybe he forgot that he wasn't doing the homily. He's a good friend of mine, and I have to keep him in line. Today we celebrate the feast of Corpus Christi, which is literally the body of Christ in Latin. And so it's everything to us. The Second Vatican Council said it's the source and summit of who we are as Catholics. It's our everything. I read a book by Father Walter Sizak, a Jesuit, and it's called He Leadeth Me. In it, he describes his 23 years of imprisonment. He was arrested by the Russians during World War II for being a Vatican spy. And he tells the story in his book of those 23 years. In it, he says that some of the guards who were Catholic would smuggle in bread and wine so Father could celebrate Mass. It was very difficult to say Mass because if you were caught, you were killed. And so they had to be very careful out of those 23 years in celebrating the Holy Eucharist. Realizing that the Second Vatican Council hadn't happened yet, so Catholics had to fast for 24 hours. Now, realizing that these are prisoners and realizing that they were doing manual work each and every day, giving up a meal was a sacrifice. But they wanted Jesus. They wanted Jesus to help them, to support them, to encourage them, and ultimately to strengthen them. That's what Corpus Christi is all about. Jesus giving his very self on Holy Thursday, instituting the Eucharist, saying to all of us, Jesus is with us. He's not going to leave us. He's strengthened us. He's nourishing us. He's sending us forth to do the work of being a disciple of Jesus Christ. And of course, that's what it's all about. We come each Sunday. Some of us even come every single day to experience the liturgy, to experience the Mass, and ultimately to receive Jesus' body, blood, soul, and divinity. What a great reality that is. What a great reality knowing that Jesus himself is giving himself to us, the divine physician who nourishes us, who heals us, who gives us the graces necessary so that we can be about his work in the world. Years ago, when Pope John Paul II, now St. John Paul II, he went to Baltimore, and he had a pretty tight schedule lined up, and all the places that he was going to be at was high security. And of course, he decided he wanted to go to the seminary, to the chapel, to say prayers. That wasn't on the list. So they had to have security go to the seminary, go to the chapel. They took 2 German Shepherd dogs with them to parole the whole place, to make sure everything was secure for the Holy Father. Do you know where those 2 German Shepherds went? They went right to the tabernacle, laid down, and pointed their snouts right at the tabernacle. If German Shepherd dogs know the reality of Jesus, so should we. What a great reality we have in our faith. What a great reality we have in the Eucharist. Let's not be mindful or dismissive of our faith in the Eucharist. We have such great joy to be thankful for because Jesus is truly present to us and Jesus is real. Never forget that.